Since protests began back in May, calls going unanswered has become a common problem for the Portland police.
Yeah, the PPB says during Saturday night's riot, more than 60 calls had to be put on hold, calls from people across the city who needed help. Fox 12's Kendra Kent talked to officers to get their perspective on what's happening.
For more than 80 nights, it's been relentless. These clashes between police and protesters tough on the city. Graffiti, fires, boarded up buildings, injuries on both sides. Now we're getting a new perspective.
It's been really hard.
Portland Police Sergeant Josh Silverman has lost track of how many days he spent working the protests and riots.
I've had some hearing loss, so I've had mortars explode right next to me. My pants have been singed and destroyed.
Then there's the invisible wounds, the nonstop tauntings on the front lines. The protesters calling for defunding officers, saying that police work is harmful to society.
That cuts because we care about those things. We got into this job to protect vulnerable people.
And night after night, officers say it's the same small group of people who come out under the guise of supporting Black Lives Matter, but make it their mission to provoke police.
Even if we respond, that means we are overzealous thugs. And if we don't respond, it's a dereliction of our duty and we're letting a building burn to the ground. And so they recognize that they can put us in a no-win situation. We are focusing so much energy on these folks who actually don't want to improve police response in their city and instead are bent on destruction. And so that's the tragedy of this.
But Silverman says he would not ever consider quitting because despite all the noise, he believes Black Lives Matter will transform American policing as we know it, and he's 100% on board.
There are going to be changes, and I'd like to be a part of those changes.
Hoping he can help shape a new era of public safety.
For me to quit now, when we're on a precipice of moving towards a different type of policing, I think would be irresponsible.
Kendra Kent, Good Day, Oregon.